Hi everyone, welcome on back to my channel. My name is Iris and I wanted to come and speak on Locs and spirituality. So the reason actually why I started my Loc journey is because last year I was praying and I heard Source or God or the universe say that, hey, you should go ahead and start your Locs. So when we hear from Source or our higher selves, you kind of feel like, okay, that's great to know that you want me to do this, but that's not what I want to do. But this time I said, you know what, I'm just gonna go ahead and listen and see what happened. So I've been natural since 2011, so rocking my natural hair wasn't an issue. I've been doing it for so long, but that shift over to wearing locks, I was hesitant and I started overthinking, like, oh my God, it looks great on other people, but is it gonna look good on me? And I started making all these excuses of why I couldn't do it. But like I said, within that day and within praying, it was almost like God gave me the confidence and the boost to just go ahead and try it. I twisted up my hair and I decided to lock it. But at that same time, it was like still a struggle, still a pull of I don't want to wear this out. I'm kind of embarrassed about it, to be honest with you. So I feel like growing up, we are taught that our hair isn't good enough and we somehow need to alter it or change it to make it look like what everyone else wants us to be or represent. And within that happening, you lose sight of who you are as a person. None of us are alike, and I definitely feel that our hair is like a fingerprint. It's something that stamps who you are because all of our hair is different. It has different textures, different patterns. So for you not to like the hair that's growing out of your head, it's mirroring that there's something about you that you're not accepting. So starting this Loc journey definitely had to make me look at who I was. And it's the same when you go natural because you have to accept your natural hair, especially if you're having a big chop. It definitely brings more attention to your face. You see your face more, you see your features, and you have to accept that person that you're looking at. And sometimes that is scary because then you're like, okay, well, if I'm feeling nervous about who I am, when I walk out the door, what is everybody else going to think of me? But your locks and your higher self are definitely connected because energy moves in a circle, like a spiral. So it's believed that since our hair grows into like a spiral or a curl, that we have a higher connection to Source or God or our higher selves. So even when you think about it, an afro or just natural hair in general, it grows up and out. So it is believed that we have that higher connection. It's reaching up and it's easier for it to connect to our higher self or Source energy. Embracing your natural hair is also you embracing who you are, authentic, your authentic self. So when you're hesitant of, well, okay, my hair doesn't grow like so-and-so's, or I don't like my hair pattern, or I don't like the way my hair looks in general, you're downgrading who you are. And I know it's crazy to think because some people say, hey, it's just hair, who cares? But when you look at it like that, you see that Our hair naturally grows this way. If you leave it alone, let's say you're freeform locking, our hair naturally grows up and out and it forms and it locks naturally. So we're altering how that process works. And why are we altering that? Locks represent you accepting who you are. You're no longer uncomfortable. You're no longer caring what it looks like. You're accepting yourself. And when you accept yourself, you accept who God is within you. And so what everybody else is saying out there doesn't even matter anymore. And that's definitely the growth I noticed within myself, because having locks definitely gets the attention that maybe you don't necessarily want. You do get stares. You do get people giving you kind of an awkward look, and then you get some people that are just amazed by the fact that your hair can do such things. And trusting the process and learning about patience is so important on this journey, because you want to just tell your hair what to do. You want to just be like, I don't want to wait. I don't have anything against people who instant lock. Do what's best for you. But going on this process and going through the motions and each stage, I believe it does grow who you are, and it does grow your energy. And it's believed that you have to protect that energy. So that's why people love to wear head wraps and, wrap their hair up, because you're connected to your higher self, and your hair holds in that energy, in that connection, that spiral, that curl. The tighter it is, the more energy it's holding. And so if you're on some type of healing journey where you're going through something traumatic, or you're going through getting over something that has been holding you back, all of that is being tangled and held into your hair. And so some people feel like they have to protect that energy once they've realized that they're now connected, they're now vibrating higher, that they don't want all things that are going on in the world today, especially, to interfere with that connection with God, with source energy. And I do wrap my hair sometimes, and I do cover it, especially if you feel down and out, you're not having the best energy on a certain day, or you can feel someone else's energy when you enter a room, which I definitely feel happens to me a lot. My energy is definitely sensitive to other people, and I do feel certain people's energy, and if it's off, I'm kind of standoffish and I kind of just don't want to be around them. So definitely wrapping your hair and protecting it is important, especially if you want to keep that positive energy within you and not have it absorb other people's negativity, or even your own negativity that sometimes you even need to release. It's believed that locks signify a higher level of consciousness. You feel more positive, you're confident, you're no longer weighed down by the hesitation or the fear of what you look like to the world. Locks are believed to signify a higher state of consciousness, strength, positive energy. You now don't care what anybody has to say or think of you. You accept who you are. You've been on this growth journey. You've really accepted that this is who God made you to be. And you're not going to let anybody tell you any different. You're now comfortable with yourself. You're now seeing your features. You're now looking into your eyes and looking at your nose, your mouth, and you're seeing the beauty of it. And that's definitely how I feel what has happened to me over this past year being locked. With each stage, I've had to look at myself. And yeah, the hair on my head doesn't always look great, but I still love me. I still say, yes, this is who I am. And I don't have to hide it. I don't have to alter it. It's genuinely who I am. And that's something that is so beautiful. And I feel like something definitely we all need to go through. And it doesn't necessarily have to be on the lock journey, but for me, that's how it happened. And it builds that confidence within you that no one can break. You're no longer worried about just the outer appearance of things. It's almost like now you're seeing and feeling within, like your intuition has heightened. I definitely am now willing to show up in the world. And even though I may not look like someone else, or act like certain people, or think the same way some people may think, this is who God's allowing me to be. We think with Source Energy's mind, we look with God's eyes, we speak with His voice. This is an accepting journey. This is now saying, I'm okay with who I was made to be. I'm okay with not looking like what society wants me to look like. Yes, a lot of people probably think that Locs are not professional. You have to change the way you look to get a job and all this other madness that's said about our hair, which is crazy to me because that shows how much we must have this bigger connection to our higher selves, that people are willing to want to force us to change that or look at it in a bad way. It's really you having to take a step back and look at the overall picture. And there's nothing wrong with people loving the way it looks, the aesthetics of it, because that's how I started. I loved the way Locs look and how pretty they were in other people, like I said. But going on this journey, it's now turning the mirror to look at me and what I accept and don't accept. It's now, well, who do you want to be? Who do you want to show up as? Why does it matter? Love yourself. Self-love is so important. And minding your mind is so important. You have to be conscious of what you think of daily, all day long, because it will lower your energy. I see affirmations daily and I write in my journal daily. And that was the beginning of my spiritual journey. Just writing out things that I'm grateful for, writing out, things like, I am beautiful. I love who I am. I love being me. Because there was a time where I did not like being me. And that was because I was listening to the chatter, listening to what others thought of me, and putting that within my mind and myself and absorbing that. You have to take responsibility for what you put in and what you believe about yourself, because it will definitely make you second guess who God made you to be. So this journey is more than just hair. It's more than just beauty. It's just more than lock updates and me sharing my journey with you all. So I hope in me expressing all of this helps you and helps you look at your journey differently. And there's nothing wrong if you don't feel anything about it, or like I said, you think it's just hair. There's nothing wrong with that. But if you do feel a shift and you do feel something different within yourself, let it in. Love and accept who you are. Because this world is going to call you all types of things and make you believe that you're something that you're not. So I'm grateful that I'm able to share my journey with you all. And this may not be the only part of the journey that I share, which is just, styling, lock updates. I do believe that I'm definitely going to share more of the spiritual side of life and what I'm going through on this journey. So not only does it help me and help me get it out and express it, but it also reaches and helps someone who probably needed to hear it too. So I hope you all enjoyed this video, and I thank you so much for watching. Take care. Bye guys.